what made you want to get involved with Civic Voice in the first place?
Well, I was asked actually when it was Civic Trust, and it's a sort of an area that I've been involved in through a program called Restoration. But I was only involved in Restoration, which was 10 years ago now, because I'd already been involved in working for the Hackney Empire. And that was a long-term engagement. We actually only managed to pay off the final money for rebuilding Hackney Empire 2 years ago. So it took me getting on for 20 years to do it.
And on the website, I read in the press release about your Localism for Real manifesto, where you talk about improving the quality of the public realm in cities. How do you see this moving on in the future? Is it a short-term thing or a long-term thing?
It's a long-term thing for us, because we have some very, very strong bodies that look after countryside and fight battles on that behalf. We've had a lot of threats to that recently, and they've struggled. But the National Trust and the Campaign for Rural England do a wonderful job. We need to be aware that some of our greatest environments, where we all live, are cities. And that means that the planning and making them being involved, everybody has an opinion, everybody wants to be involved, but we need to recognise that amenity societies and the involvement in our shared space is no good just walking along tut-tutting. Actually, if you join a civic society, and if civic societies open themselves up to members and recognise that there's loads and loads of things that can happen that can make people proud of the area that they live in. And it is a matter of pride. It makes an enormous difference that when people recognise that the area that they live in, and it doesn't have to be an historic area, some of the most exciting areas I drive through, and you suddenly go, wow, look at this, what a great place, are the suburbs of actually very run-down cities. You know, when I say run-down, be careful what I say, but if you're Newport in Wales or Belfast, have surprisingly calm, well-ordered, leafy, privet-hedged and rather exciting sort of John Betjeman-esque suburbs, which I love, Victorian suburbs, and they're about people being proud of them.
Final question. The Canterbury Society is wanting to propose a new scheme where Canterbury becomes only public transport, which would mean no private vehicles.
Yeah.
So obviously maybe like a car park somewhere, then you go and get a bus.
Yeah.
What's your opinion on this scheme? Do you think it make Canterbury
I'm not here, and this is really important, I'm not here to tell Canterbury what to do. If people think I've come here because this is me poking my nose into their business. I'm not. I'm here, if you like, to tell the Civic Society what to do and how to talk to the people of Canterbury and to suggest that we do more to recruit and bring more people into this argument. And we are the national body. But if you ask me, is the future for town centres, even though it's a difficult transition for many businesses to make, that less cars, more walking, more public transport, that's happened all across Italy. It's happened in places as strangely as like Palma, Mallorca, or Ibiza city, which were cities which had fallen into terrible decay and slums. But there are no cars driving into them, so gradually human beings, people, have said, hang on, this is rather a good place to live. As long as I park my car a while away, or we have limited access and things that go down, and allow only certain types of cars like we would. We're a strange society that builds cul-de-sacs on the outskirts of our cities, which nobody would drive through in order for people to live, but destroy our great historical heritage in order to allow more people to drive into it. I don't get that. I would say they're cul-de-sacs. That's good. Let's not encourage more cars in. Let's actually let the cars stop at them. That's happened all across London with congestion charges, and it's working. And it's 21st century, not 20th century.